Alright guys, today we have some very exciting news regarding The Last of Us Part 2, a big leak that I think a lot of you are going to be very interested in. Now we do have to understand before proceeding that this is a leak. Now it seems legitimate. There's a lot here that seems very legitimate. We even have some photos of the special edition and the collector's edition, which I will try to have up on screen when I talk about them. But we do have to understand this is a leak, and this information will not become official until this Tuesday. But it says that The Last of Us 2 rumors have been running rampant as of recently, with the latest possibly revealing what to expect during the upcoming PlayStation State of Play. It appears as though a new listing has surfaced online detailing both a special and collector's edition in addition to The Last of Us 2 release date. The listing comes courtesy of the Swift Softridge store. If the listing is anything to go by, The Last of Us 2 will be releasing on February 28th, 2020. It states the game will be available in-store from February 28, 2020, whereas it will be shipped one day before. This has also been supported by other insiders, many of whom have stated the game will launch in February of next year. In addition to the release date, the listing seems to have also revealed 3 editions for the game, all of which have been featured below. So the standard edition, priced at $60. They have a special edition, which is priced at $100, and then they have a collector's edition, which is priced at around $280. It goes on to say it's important to note that the prices above will most likely not be the exact same. And then they actually post a screenshot of this, which I'll see if I can get this one up there as well. Previous leaks have indicated the arrival of an Ellie edition. If that's the case, there'll probably be more editions than just the 3 above. Unfortunately, the website doesn't list what any of the editions include, instead mentions further information will follow. Many eagle-eyed fans have noticed the collector's edition is priced at a whopping $280. It's unclear what justifies that price, although one thing which is for sure, it's going to have a pretty hefty price or pre-order incentive. And while there's no way to verify this information, we advise fans to remain somewhat skeptical. Sony and Naughty Dog are both yet to comment on the matter. So yeah, that's the information we currently have today. I can't say I'm shocked that this has happened. Anybody who watched my breaking news video yesterday, what I did was I wanted to predict the release date we were going to get, and my prediction was February 20th, 2020. So if this release date is true, then it seems that I am 8 days off, which I would say is not bad. And, you know, I know many of you also left your predictions down below, but if this does end up being the release date, I think it's a good date. I think it's certainly far enough away from the release of Death Stranding, and it's at a really good time where I think, if I'm being honest, I said this before, I don't think it matters when The Last of Us Part 2 releases. I think that game is going to it's going to scare everything else that's around it. So I'm sure that we're not the only ones as fans paying attention to this leak. There are probably other publishers looking at this thinking, oh man, if this is true, and we had a game that was supposed to come out that week or within those 2 weeks, we need to get out of there right now. That's just the type of game The Last of Us 2 is. But also looking at these the special edition and the collector's edition. Now, I'm not sure what the difference between the collector's edition and the supposed Ellie edition is going to be. Now, for those of you who know what I'm talking about, there was a leak a while ago saying that there's basically 4 different editions, and what we're seeing here is 3 different editions, a regular, special, and collector's, and the 4th edition is, like they said here, supposed to be the Ellie edition. I have no idea what that will be if that ends up being a thing. It would be surprising to me if it hasn't leaked, but all of these other editions have leaked. Maybe it will be exclusive to a certain retailer or something like that. Maybe that's why it's not listed here. And, you know, $280 for this collector's edition, it looks like it'll be some type of statue potentially with Ellie. And then if that is what the collector's edition is, it makes you think, what would the Ellie edition contain? Either way, I'll tell you this, for me personally, I normally don't do like collector's editions or anything like that, but whatever the most expensive edition is, unless it's like, you know, $2,000 or something like that, something absolutely ridiculous, I will probably get it. You know, I'm very much looking forward to this game, and it's one of the games that I probably get the collector's edition for it, if I'm being honest. But either way, this is some very exciting news. I told you guys I would do my absolute best to keep you updated with every little piece of information we get leading up to this, because The Last of Us Part 2, in my opinion, is a game that deserves this type of, just this type of attention, if I'm being honest. It's not often we get a game like this, and once the game's out, the game's going to be out. But I haven't seen a game with this much hype surrounding it. I haven't seen a game this big in a very long time. But that's pretty much going to do it for the video, guys. Because we're getting these pieces of news and information so rapidly, I'm doing my best to keep these videos as short and as informative as I can, while also injecting a little bit of my opinion in there as well. So do me a favor, leave me your thoughts down below. What do you think about this leak? Do you believe it? Do you believe this February 28th, 2020 date? And if you do, what do you think about it? How far off were you with your prediction? Were you correct in your prediction? And when it comes to these editions that have leaked, which edition appeals to you most? I will be very interested to see what you guys have to say. Leave the video a like if you enjoyed it or found it informative. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the bell notification icon and feel free to share this video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.